Write like a man. Use a typewriter.
I have a book here that I'm sure you guys know. It's by Ryan Holiday called Perennial Seller.
I've heard of that.
And apparently Ryan Holiday had or has a company that sort of does editing for people, and he was talking about working with James Altucher and other people and how, as writers, where his company would send them back to the drawing board and stuff. I don't know if he still does that, but, and I know that there are bunches of websites that you can go to where that are sort of clearinghouses for editors and designers and cover designers and so on and so forth. Because a lot of, I guess, editors that worked for big five publishing companies now are working remotely or they're working on their own, right?
Oh, really?
Might as well do some freelance. So that's another source for anybody that's looking for it. Obviously, you have to pay them.
Yeah,
But
of
if you
course.
find the right person, there are a lot of people that do this freelance.
We've had good luck, at least with our covers, with using MyBlart, MyBlart.
For covers, yeah.
For covers, yeah. They've very reasonably priced.
Oh,
Last
really?
time, they did my fifth one, my fifth Heavenly Realms novel, Wayfarers, and they exceeded my expectations for, a very, very modest. I think like $400 for a
Yeah, it
cover.
was something like between $400 and $500, which is really surprising. The quality of work they do for that amount, because in self-publishing, you really do get what you pay for.
Yeah.
And when you look at a self-published book, typically you can identify that it's self-published.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are do-it-yourselfers, and there are some parts of the process I think you shouldn't do yourself. You should pony up the dough and get someone to do it for you.
Yeah.
And then I think there was a website you had mentioned last time about editors. That was a pretty good one to fall back on. I'll if you don't remember it off the top of your head, I'll post or I'll give a link and we'll post it
Maybe
below.
it's Sean's thing, storygrid.com.
That does sound familiar.
Storygrid.
Storygrid.com. I think that
what Sean has done is he's my editor and my business partner, and he has evolved. I guess he's been an editor for maybe 30 years now.
Wow.
And he has evolved his own system. And believe me, this system is like nuclear physics. It's so complicated, the human mind cannot grasp it, But it's but he has taught. He calls it the story grid. And he used to say, "Let me put the grid on your work," and he used to terrify me, But he has taught this to a bunch of young editors. He has like a whole kind of school. So
cool.
If you're looking for an editor, they have if you go to storygrid.com, they have a little tab at the top of the screen. It says editing services, and you can find an editor and hire them. So that's a really interesting thing.
That's such good information.
And folks, there you have it. Just that alone.
Yeah, that alone
is solid. That's solid gold. Thank you for sharing that, Steve. Thank you.